The market had a red day today. So let's talk about that, and we'll do an update on MSTY and also a couple other ones that I'm looking into. Stick around. Hello, my friends. This is Legend. So the market was down today, and we're going to go over that part. I also wanted to do a little update about MSTY. We're just going to kind of go over the distributions, what's the averages of that overall payout, and what it looks like at the market today. We're also going to take a moment and look at another one that I'm looking into, and that's TQQQ. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it here. And here we'll start off with MSTY. So MSTY, of course, got the distribution rate of about 86.3 currently. And we have a distribution list here. And this list calls out all the distributions with the declaration date and the payout dates. So what I did was I went ahead and I just copied this right into an Excel sheet just so that I can find out what that overall average is. So let's just quickly take a look at that. All right, so here we are. This matches up to what we were just looking at. All I did was just basically copy and paste it right into an Excel sheet, but it's going to help us to easily add them up and then take an average. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick. Won't take but a second. And so we can say, so equals the sum. We want to do the sum of all of this. And then we're going to take that and we're just going to divide that by the number of distributions that we have here. And we have a total of 12. All right, so there you go. We've got that average of about $2.77. And that seems to be, that's the average that we have been paid out since inception date. So including this last payout of $1.38 roughly, and then the first payout being April of 2024 that paid out $4.12. Now as you can see, it went from 4 to 2 to 3 to 1 1 4 4 3 2 2 1. So you can't say that this distribution rate is dropping over time, because it did drop and then it went back up. So it really just depends on how well Mr. is doing, and that's MSTR, and that's the underlining for MSTY, MSTY. And so that looks like that gave us an average of $2.77 average. Not too shabby at all. So say you have 300 shares of this at an average of $2.77, you would get paid out a total of $829.72. So not too bad. Not too bad for it just sitting there, right? You're not having to do the options yourself. You're not having to do the work. Just sit back and collect. I like it. So let's continue on. Okay, so we had that distribution average of $2.77, and we have a net assets of $2.21 billion in net assets. Still has the same expense ratio. And here are the holdings. And again, you'll see a lot of treasury notes and bonds throughout here. And that's just a way that they can capture a little bit of guarantee money, and that's what helps pay those distributions as well. But they do still have the April 17th 330 call right here, and the April 17th 250 call, and that's on Mr. And let's just check to see what the price of Mr. is right now. So you got a 250 and a 330 call. So 250 call, that one is in the money, and a 330 call, that one is out of the money. Price of Mr. being $283. So the 250 call means that they are willing to sell their shares at $250, right? Well, the price being $283, meaning that they are in the money and they could have their shares called away. But in this case, they've still got time. They got until mid-April on this one. And this is just mid-March. So there's time left but they would need that price of Mr. to come down a little bit. And I imagine when that was probably made, that price was probably sitting down here around that 230, 240, and they did a call really close to the money. And with the market the way it's been, I don't know if I would have sold a call that close. The 330, it doesn't pay as much in premium, but it is definitely a more safer bet of expiring worthless. And in the market the way it's been lately, I've been playing a little bit more on the safer side, and I hope that they are too. And with that 330 call, I would agree that there might be trying to play a little safer with those calls and shooting those strikes out, which of course will mean we will have lower distributions because they are not earning that premium, that high premium, versus selling a call closer to the money. But of course, if it does get into money, then they do run the risk of having to pay to close that, and then therefore that could cost money to close it, and therefore that would come at a loss. And while we're looking at the charts here, let's slide right over to MSTY. And here we've got MSTY, and I'm looking at the actual chart. So this is actual prices shown, just to show that support line and where the price sets on that support line. So far we are still just bouncing off that support line. But again, like I said, you know, anytime that you're sitting here and you keep hitting against something like that, eventually you're wearing it down. And that's the reason we really need it to start moving back up so that we don't get a drop below that 1855 and then go on down and stay down here. But it still could happen, because as you can see over here on the left side of the screen, that is a lot of red. So the market is still going down. So eventually it will affect us, and Mr. along with MSTY will continue to move down right along with the market. Like I've said before, in my opinion, this has nothing to do with the stock itself. This is the overall market dropping. So we're all riding that same roller coaster here. We were at the top of the hill and we're riding it down the hill. We just don't know where the bottom is. But eventually we will hit the bottom and then we start going back up a hill. And that's just the way it is. So we did hit that 10% correction on the market, where we showed that yesterday on the S&P. So the fact that we are down in MSTY makes sense because everything else is down as well. And just to take a glance here, if you see the SPY, there's that red candle that we had today where we were going up and then it's coming back down a little bit. Now, I'm hoping what it does is it just kind of comes back down, bounces off of a support, and then starts moving back up. But we'll see how it reacts tomorrow and through the rest of the week. So one other one that I've been looking into and very interested in, as I am still bullish on everything, right? I still think that eventually the market's going to go back up, right? The market's going to go back up. May take some time, but eventually it will go back up. So in that case, I've been looking at TQQQ. So I've got the 1 year chart here pulled up, and as you can see, overall it's been staying right above that 200 MA. And of course there toward the end when we had that drop in the market, that's when it fell below it. So in my thoughts, in my opinion only, that's why I'm looking to get into it now, because I think that since it is below this 200 MA, that hopefully we start seeing a little positive moves and we start moving back up. But for me, buying TQQQ at the low here below that 200, it just sounds to me like a good move. So that's what I did. I did buy a couple shares, not a whole lot. I did buy a few shares of TQQQ today. And I got mine I just did it for $60 even. And as you can see currently right now, it's at $59.91. And that's all right. It looks like the low is $57.04. And if it can get back down there, then I might buy a few more shares. But I just got a few just to get my toes wet. And so I am in at 60 bucks even on TQQQ. I just kind of wanted to throw that one in there, as I think that one there, it is a triple leveraged ETF that is on the NASDAQ QQQ. So basically what that means is on the regular ETF QQQ, as you can see here, the price here being 374.54, but each day whatever it moves percentage wise, TQQQ will triple that, right? So if it drops 1%, then the TQs is going to drop 3%. So QQQ dropped 1.7%. So if that means 1.7% went down on QQQ, that means TQQQ will go down 3 times that. And as you can see, it went down 5%. But the same goes for the upside as well. If it goes up 1%, and then the TQs will go up 3%. So it's a triple leveraged. It moves triple what the QQQ does. So I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to bring that up to everybody and show you kind of what my new play is on that one. So it looks like MSTY is staying pretty stable on that support currently. And I just wanted to show you what I am doing outside of that. I am getting into the TQs. This triple leveraged ETF, and hopefully getting in at the point where I can ride this thing right on back up when the market turns around. So what do you think? Are you into the TQs? I know a lot of people are. I've been a little bit late to the game, but with the prices the way they are right now, I'm looking to get in now and ride this thing back up, and hopefully that works out for me. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. Don't forget to like and share this video. And also, please subscribe. It is very much appreciated, and it is needed to help push these videos out to others. Because the more subscribers that I have, the more YouTube pushes the video out. So it is all much appreciated. And as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, Legend out.